Like our father before us, my brother and I are proud members of Local Union 488 of the United Association. Please join with me in taking a journey through the history of our local, filled with magnificent successes, disasters, always interesting, always challenging. Our local union was conceived through the collective efforts of 7 determined Edmonton plumbers. They received a UA charter on September the 10th, 1904. In the original contract, we negotiated the hours of the work week downward from 70 to 54. During our first decade, we installed the original city water mains and worked on the Cecil, Castle, and King Edward hotels. We even helped build the legislature building. In 1912, Edmonton's economy was booming. We got our first full-time paid business agent, George Brown. By 1914, the economy had collapsed, and so did the full-time position. The First World War was devastating. But when it ended, the economy expanded for the first time in years. The returning soldiers swelled our ranks to 64 members by 1922. The city was growing fast, fueled in part by the arrival of the original Viking gas pipeline. During the last years of the 20s, our local kept growing, and we won improved working conditions. Then came the Great Depression. Our membership waned to 35. We had a long and bitter strike to determine the pay cut, but the local union remained intact. Local Union 488 held the line at home. Members were kept in good standing if they went off to fight, and we protected our jurisdiction on all plumbing and heating work in Edmonton. When the wage freeze imposed by government was lifted at the end of the war, we won back $1.25 and got the 40-hour work week, the first union in Edmonton to do that. The oil boom gave the local a major opportunity. Membership swelled to 248, and Brother Cliff Priestley became the first business agent in 35 years. He raised wages to $1.50 an hour and gained jurisdiction over pipe trades workers throughout the northern half of the province. In 1951, Neil Jones joined Local 488. During the 53 years he was a member, he served the local in many ways. In the 50s, he began the training and upgrading programs that continue today to give skills to apprentices and journey persons. That's why we named our training center after him. Our dispatch hall is named after another valued member of the local, Norm Darbyshire. Norm became active in the 50s. He was a key figure in getting us a collective agreement that had a union security clause. That meant contractors had to give our members work through the union hiring hall and dispatch system. With a solid base of employment, the union was able to begin work on additional member benefits. In 1964, Norm Darbyshire led the negotiating committee that concluded an agreement that won us the money for both the Education Trust Fund and for the health, welfare, and pension programs. We needed them. In the 90s, major industrial construction was once again in the forefront.
We had a major project at the Syncrude site. Directly after that, we had 2 pulp mills constructed, which essentially put all of our manpower in the building trades to work.
With world-class safety, best-in-class startups, and superb craftsmanship and quality, we've managed to build this province We're not just plumbers, steam fitters, and welders. We're the people that build and maintain society. Everything you see around you is the creation of our toil and our art.
That's what made the pipe fitters such a damn good union. It was the rank and file participation.
The most important is to get labor to recognize more widely the need for political involvement.
In my view, there's no way but the union way. Our union way has provided my family with health coverage, pension coverage, education, and all those things, including a decent wage rate.
You can be proud to be a member of Local Union 488.
I believe the future of UA Local 488 is as bright as was envisioned by our forefathers. I believe that if we stick together, work hard at being productive and safe, our local union will be as strong into the future as it is today and was back in 1904.